Manga-Waido.
My name is Yui Tachibana. I'm 16 years old and in the third year of junior high school. I'm preparing for the high school entrance exam and I'm still studying in my room.
Are you serious? That's crazy.
So loud. Hey sis, can you be a little more quiet?
Huh? What? I can't hear you.
What, is she Irie's sister? So gloomy. You guys aren't alike at all. My sister Irie invites her friends over to her room every day and makes a lot of noise. I've always been the complete opposite of my sister. Compared to me who can't say what's on my mind, my sister's the type of person who is cheerful and outspoken. She's sociable, but I don't like her rudeness. My sister's supposed to take the entrance exam for college, but there is no sign that she is even studying.
Oh, Yui, what happened to your studies?
She is so loud I can't concentrate. Could you say something to her, Mom?
It's nice to be lively. Why don't you bring your friends over too? Oh, right. Tell that man to hurry up and make dinner.
My sister is completely influenced by her mom. Because of that, Mom is always nice to my sister but treats me harshly. On top of that, she's a stay-at-home wife but doesn't do the housework at all. Then who does it?
Oh, Yui! It's almost ready. Just wait a minute.
Dad, I'll help you too. That's right, my dad does all the cooking and housework in our house. My dad has always been earnest and really kind, and he's the reason I'm able to manage in this family. He's an ordinary office worker, but he's been especially busy these days. But he does all the housework, and most of all, I love food my dad makes.
Today, it's your favorite omelet rice, since you're always studying so hard.
Thanks.
What's wrong? You don't seem to be in good spirits.
Sis is so loud, I can't concentrate on my studies.
I see. I'll talk to her as well.
Okay.
But thanks for always helping me out. You're getting pretty good at cooking too.
Not really. I'm not as good as you, Dad.
Hey, is dinner ready yet?
Hurry up.
Sorry, it'll be ready soon.
I mean, how can Yui stand to be next to a guy like that?
You shouldn't use Yui just because she's quiet. Poor girl.
I don't mind.
Well, it's ready now. So let's eat.
The two of them don't even have a word of thanks to her dad who does all the housework. On the contrary, they mock him and use him like a fool.
Whatever. I ate a lot of snacks, so I'm full.
Me too. I'm tired of eating your omelet rice anyway.
That's why I changed the seasoning a little bit this time.
Huh? Stop acting like a chef. I'd rather eat instant noodles than eat your meals.
You don't even make that much money. You need to do the housework properly at the very least.
I'm gonna watch a TV show, so get the bath ready.
Irie, wait a second!
What?
Yui has exams soon, so you need to be a little more quiet.
Huh? Stop acting like a father. What's wrong with hanging out with friends?
Come on, Irie. She doesn't even have friends, so don't tease her like that.
Oh, you're right. Make sure you wash the dishes.
Oh, Yui, you ate it all.
I noticed you changed the seasoning. It was delicious. I'll help clean too.
Yui, thanks a lot.
But why doesn't he say anything back after being told that much? One weekend when I was spending such days, the three of us decided to go to my mom's side of the family to visit our grandparents' house. Dad wanted to show up too, but Mom said you stay at home and had him stay. My dad comes from a poor single mother. On the other hand, my mother's family is rich, and she has a big house and she is always boasting about it. I always felt the hierarchy even as a child, and for the past few years, it's always just the three of us when we go to our grandparents' house.
Irie, why don't you go shopping with Grandma again?
Okay, Grandma, I want that brand bag.
Yui, you should just take a walk around the house.
I was going to do that anyway. I take a walk around the house as usual. I don't want to be with Mom, and she always talks privately with Grandma, leaving me out in the first place.
What about Irie's, the tuition? About that.
What? I went home that day and all I could think about was that conversation between those two. I wonder if I should tell my dad, but if that causes a fight and they get divorced...
Yui, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
This is for you. Wireless earphones, right? I went shopping today, and I bought it on the way home. The clerk told me they're popular among young girls. I thought it could help you concentrate on your studies.
Dad!
And you don't have to tell those two you got these from me, okay?
What? How come?
They'll talk bad about you if they sense me being nice to you, right?
I'm on your side, Dad.
My side? Did something happen?
No,
But thanks. I'm glad to hear that.
After that, my dad got busier and busier and came home later than usual. Mom and my sister would always go out to eat, saying it was a good opportunity, but I was lonely. I was worried that he would choose work over us. And one day while eating dinner,
Hey, I want to go to this private university.
Why here?
All my friends are going, and it doesn't seem like I have to study too much. You can afford it, right?
Dad?
What are you laughing at? Gross. Are you crazy?
Sorry. I couldn't possibly afford this kind of tuition, so I couldn't help but laugh. I didn't tell you, but I'm actually in debt. I also quit my job. I can't afford to pay for school.
What? If you don't pay, who will?
Hey, I didn't hear anything about any debt. What do you take your daughter's life for?
I'm sick of working for you guys. From now on, I'm going to work for myself.
What?
And for Yui.
What?
Anyways, I'm at my limit. I want a divorce. I'm moving out too. I'll leave custody up to you two.
What a bunch of nonsense. Of course they'll choose me.
Yeah, who'd want to be with some unemployed guy with debt?
Right. But Yui, if you have a problem, you tell me right away, okay? Dad will come help you right away.
No.
What?
See? Even Yui doesn't need you.
I don't want to be separated from Dad. I'm going to live with you.
Yui, are you crazy?
If anything, I can't believe you would go with Mom, sis.
Do whatever you want. I don't care if you come crying to me later.
Losers, get along with each other at the rag house.
But you'll have to pay Irie's tuition.
I'm sorry, but I can't. Besides, Irie doesn't study hard and just wants to have fun, right? I don't have money to pay for someone like that.
What?
She's your daughter. Just pay the tuition or I won't divorce you.
Mom, that's enough. Grandma can take care of the tuition, can't she? Why don't you just dump this guy and find a new one? I don't even want to look at him anymore.
Right.
In the end, Mom signed the divorce papers on the day after my sister persuaded her. After that, they told us to get out and cursed us to no end, as if they felt assured relying on Grandma. And a few days later, I packed my bags and moved out with my dad.
Yui, are you really sure about this?
Yeah, I'm fine with being poor as long as I'm with you. And I told you, right? I'm on your side.
Thanks, but don't worry. I've already found us a new home, and you even have your own room.
What? How?
Actually, I knew you would come with me, and it's thanks to you that I haven't given up on my dream. Let's go then.
And so my dad took me to our home.
This is our new house. You can use the second floor as you like.
Are you kidding me? Then a few months passed. We didn't tell my mother and sister anything and went on with their busy but happy life. We didn't hear from those two at all, and that was supposed to be the end of it, but what's wrong, Dad? All you do is look at the calendar.
Oh. I was thinking it's almost time for Irie to take the entrance exam. Maybe I should have paid for her tuition a little bit.
You're too nice, Dad.
What?
It's over now, and I wasn't going to tell you, but I don't want to keep it a secret. Anyway, I'm going to go tell them now, so come with me, Dad.
Hey, Yui!
And after a few days,
Yui, what in the world did you do?
Take us to that man.
fine. I knew they would come, but I didn't think they'd come all the way to school.
Now I can't wait to see what kind of shack they live in.
I'll take your money no matter how poor you are.
Here we are.
What? Are you kidding me? There's no way it could be this big.
Yui, I know you want it tough, but you shouldn't lie.
No, I'm not lying. Look at the entrance. It says here, Tachibana Western Restaurant.
What?
Western-style restaurant?
Welcome back, Yui. We're all booked up, so can you help? Wait, you guys? You went to Yui school? What do you think you're doing?
More importantly, why are you living in a place like this? What about your dad? Didn't you quit your job?
Yeah, I quit my old job and I still have debts, but I did it all to open this restaurant.
That's right. Dad has always been a good cook, and he's been preparing to fulfill his dream of opening his own restaurant. He quit his job because of the prospect of opening the restaurant, and the debt was a loan from the bank to open it. And after getting divorced, he opened a Western-style restaurant here, which he had longed for, and we're living together in this house. By the way, this Tachibana Western-style restaurant has been a great success since the first day it opened. Thanks to the help of professional chefs who are acquaintances of my dad's. I was also surprised that my dad had such acquaintances. But thanks to them, the restaurant is now full of reservations every day. The food you two always left out. Now there's a waiting list for it.
Yui, you were the only one who kept telling me how delicious it was, which gave me confidence. It's all thanks to you.
Don't thank me.
That's great, honey. I never thought you would open a restaurant. Oh, right. Why don't the four of us live together again? It's not easy without you, after all.
I thought your parents were going to help you out.
Well, they suddenly cut us off, and they won't tell me why.
You guys just made up some lie to harass us, didn't you? And because of that, my college tuition.
No, I think it's all Mom's fault.
What?
Grandma gave you tuition money a long time ago, didn't she?
What?
That's right. At the time I heard the conversation between my mother and grandmother that she had already received money for my sister's tuition and entrance exam fees. In other words, my mother wanted to keep the money for herself and take the tuition money from my father to pay for it. So she kept us away from the house and didn't even let Dad come over. At the time I kept quiet because I knew that if they got divorced because of this, my mother would take me with her. But after the divorce, watching my father worry about the two of them not knowing anything, I explained the situation directly to my grandparents at that time. My grandparents were furious, which is probably why they cut them off.
Oh, my plan.
Wait, Mom, what's going on?
I thought of getting divorced after receiving tuition money.
What? Are you saying it's my fault?
Can you take this ugly fight somewhere else?
You knew all this was going to happen to Dad, which is why you went with him, you sneaky woman!
No, I didn't hear any of this. And I went with Dad because I wanted to be with him even if we were to be poor.
What?
Yes. The only person on my side is Yui, now and forever. Don't ever get involved with us ever again.
No!
After that, my mother and sister who were disowned from their parents had no income and were evicted from that house as well. They came to our store several times, but it was those two who said it was too late to come crying to them later. I told them that if they persisted, I would call the police. They are now living a shabby life together in a shabby house. Meanwhile, the Tachibana Western-style restaurant is still going strong. Since then, I've been helping out at the restaurant while going to culinary school. Dad, omelet rice!
Okay!
The signature dish of this restaurant is the omelet rice that I love so much. After all, Dad's cooking is the best in the world.
I'm Haruki. I'm a senior in college. I'm a history major. Everyone in our faculty joined a study group in the second semester of junior year. That's when we start working on our thesis and stuff. But I recently changed my study group. Why? I broke up with my boyfriend. It got really awkward, so I decided to leave. I joined the archaeology study group. It was the only history-related group that was available. And I heard the professor was pretty easy, so... On my first day there, I went around introducing myself to everyone there. But then, when I tried to talk to this nerdy-looking kid...
Oh, just ignore him.
That's Hiroshi and Mei. They started making fun of this kid. That was kind of mean, so I didn't listen to them. I'm Haruki. Nice to meet you.
I'm Koki. Nice to meet you. If you need any help with your thesis, let me know. You hear that? He's hitting on her!
Why are they so mean to him? Hiroki let out a sigh and walked out of the room. Apparently, they did this to him all the time. I wanted to say something, but I was the new girl, so I decided to keep quiet for now. I don't want to have to quit another study group, so... Anyways, the 4-day weekend was coming up. The professor liked to hike, so we all decided to go hiking together. A few days later, we all met up at the camping site. We set up a tent, had a barbecue, and then headed out to the mountains. The mountain wasn't that steep, though. I wasn't wearing anything special. But Koki was well prepared. He was fully geared. And when Hiroshi and Mei noticed this...
What are you wearing? Hey now, be nice!
The professor told them to stop. Why were they like this? After that, we headed out. It was my first time hiking, so it was really exciting. The view was great. Wow. But then, I was falling behind from the group. I started running toward them, but then... I fell. Ow.
You okay?
Koki was still behind me. Yeah, thanks. Ow. I twisted my ankle.
You don't look okay. Let me see.
He took out a first aid kit and wrapped my ankles with bandages. It felt a little better. But now we couldn't even see the group up ahead. Sorry, this is my fault. Let's get going. I got up, hoping to catch up with the rest of the group. But then...
You're hurt. There's no need to rush. You've never done this before, right? You should take it easy.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. So I started walking at my own pace. Koki walked with me. Good thing you had that first aid kit. All I brought was a Band-Aid.
Yeah. Dad always took me hiking and he told me to be prepared for anything.
I see. So that's why you have all that stuff. We started talking.
The professor, he's friends with my dad. I went hiking with him lots of times, actually. He told me to stay at the back of the line to keep an eye out.
I see. Good to know. I was a bit nervous about the injury, but I was just glad that I wasn't alone. A few hours later, we got to the top. But nobody was there anymore. They probably went back already. Sorry.
Don't apologize. It's fine, really.
He tried to cheer me up. We didn't have a lot of time left, so we decided to head back. But then, a few minutes later, he stopped. He looked up at the sky and took out his map.
Let's head to this shed. It's closer than the campsite.
Why?
It's gonna start raining soon. It's not safe out here.
I looked up at the sky. It didn't look like it was going to start raining, though. But I trusted him, so I followed him to the shed. Then, oh, you were right. It started raining, just like he said. He took out a poncho and handed it to me. But what about you?
No worries. I got another one.
Wow, you thought of everything.
Yeah. Dad always told me to bring extra ones.
I put the poncho on to protect myself from the rain. A few minutes later, we arrived at the shed. The rain started getting stronger. There was a phone in the shed, so Koki called the campsite and talked to the professor.
I think we're gonna have to spend the night here. You okay with that?
Yeah, this place is pretty nice, actually. It's got a bed and everything.
Yeah. This shed is for emergencies like this one, so they said we can use it.
Then he turned on the stove. Looks like he knew what he was doing.
There's a hole in my raincoat. Excuse me.
Huh? He was wet, so he took off his shirt to dry himself in front of the stove. He was actually pretty ripped. Wow, didn't see that coming. Then he put his hair up. He looked like a completely different person. Wait, I'm gonna be spending the night with him? I was starting to get kinda nervous. Then he turned to me and said,
You got extra clothes with you?
Yeah, but I left them at the campsite. I'm not wet though, so I'll be fine. My shirt was a bit wet, but I didn't want to trouble him, so I lied. After that, we ate some of the emergency food they had at the shed. After eating, I laid down in my bed. I was dozing off, but then I opened my eyes. Huh? Koki was right in front of me. Ah! He startled me. I pushed him away.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, but, may I?
Huh? He put his hand on my forehead. I froze up. What is he doing?
I knew it. You have a fever. It might have something to do with your injury.
Then he brought me some cold medicine and a glass of water. Thanks. I thanked him and took the meds. Sorry for pushing you away like that. I thought you were...
It's fine. No worries. You're just nervous, that's all. It's gonna be fine.
Thanks.
Let's get some sleep. You got nothing to worry about, okay?
Okay. I was glad he was with me. The next morning, we made it back to the campsite. The professor was relieved to see that we were okay. We enjoyed the rest of the day and headed home. After the incident, I kinda liked him now. But Hiroshi and Mei, I couldn't stand them. They kept making fun of him on a daily basis. When I walked into the classroom, they were making fun of him again. I got between them and said, Hey, what's your problem, huh? What did he ever do to you?
Nothing, but he's a nerd.
What does that even mean? But then I got an idea. The way he looks, huh? How about this then? Let's enter him into the male beauty pageant next month, the one at the school festival. If he wins, all of this stops. You stop making fun of him. Deal?
Huh?
He froze up. Hiroshi and Mei burst out laughing.
Haha! Seriously? Fine, deal. But if he doesn't win, you two have to be my slaves for the rest of the school year.
Then they walked out of the room, still laughing.
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry, I should have asked you first, but I just couldn't stand those two. I had to put a stop to it.
I see. Well, they are pretty annoying. I wish they would stop too.
Right? But look, if you don't want to do this, it's fine. But honestly, I think you can win. He thought about it.
All right, I trust you. I'll give it a shot.
He said yes. So, it was on. I helped him pick out new clothes. He got contacts instead of glasses. I took him to a hair salon and got him a new look. I also taught him how to take care of his skin. It was a lot of work, but it was all coming together nicely. We were starting to see a lot of progress. But at school, he wore the same clothes and wore a wig. We wanted to surprise everyone, so Hiroshi and Mei thought it was hilarious, but we didn't care. Then, the big day was finally here. We started preparing his outfit in the classroom. But then, Mei and Hiroshi walked in.
That jacket is so lame. Here, let me help you.
Then, he threw a paintball at him. I tried to block it, but was too late. What the hell? Then, they left.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. What now?
No worries. I brought an extra one, just in case. You taught me well, I said with a big smile on my face. But then, slowly, the anger started burning inside of me. We gotta get them back for this. So, I came up with an idea. An hour later, the competition began. Then, it was Koki's turn. They started playing his video on the big screen. But then, Hiroshi and Mei started freaking out. Why? Because it was a video of them ruining Koki's jacket.
I'll make it better for you.
I knew there were cameras in that room. The professor told us on our first day, so I thought they knew too, but I guess they weren't listening.
Stop!
Then, Koki walked out onto the stage.
What? That's him? No way!
Everyone there started talking. They all loved him. Yay! Koki won first prize. He was a superstar on campus now. As for Hiroshi and Mei, things weren't looking good for them. Kids who were being picked on by Hiroshi and Mei started speaking out. Everyone found out about them, and they both had to drop out. And the video of them ruining Koki's jacket went viral online. Things just kept getting worse for them. Not sure what they're up to now, but oh well, not my problem. Anyways, Koki was one of the popular kids now. I'm glad our plan worked out, but I wasn't expecting this. He was always talking to girls. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. The girls are all over you these days. You get a girlfriend yet?
Well, that's kinda up to you.
Huh? I wasn't ready for that.
Haruki, will you?
And that's how I met my husband. There was quite a bit of drama in the years leading up to our marriage, but more about that in a future video.
My name is Kensuke Imai, 26 years old. I work as a contract employee at a certain manufacturing factory. Although I'm still in my 20s, I've been here for 8 years now, after graduating from high school. I'm now in a sort of leadership role on site.
Good morning, Ken.
Kyo-san, good morning. This is Kiyoshi Fujikawa, the most experienced worker in the factory. He's been with us since the factory started up, and even now after his retirement, he's still working hard as a contract employee, and everyone calls him Kyo-san and loves him. But Kyo-san, please don't overdo it, okay?
I won't lose to the young ones yet.
You really are energetic. All right, let's all learn from Kyo-san and do our best today.
Yes!
Most of the people who work in our factory are contract workers, like me. We are busy with strict deadlines, and although we are all different in age and background, we have a strong sense of camaraderie and work in a very good atmosphere. However,
Huh? You're not slacking off, are you?
President, thank you for your work.
Oh, Kensuke, the leader of the pack. Your arrogant self seems to be having a good time among the contract workers today too, huh?
Huh? This is Kazuki Sudo, the second president. He took over as president in his 30s when the previous president retired 3 months ago due to medical treatment for chronic illness.
Are you gonna make the deadline for the day after tomorrow?
I think we'll manage, but to be honest, we're on the edge. Quantity is important, but quality is also important.
Oh? Are you trying to challenge the president?
No, it's not that.
Contractors don't have a say in this. Do you understand? That's what's wrong with you uneducated people. Well, good luck!
He looks down on us and is always pushing us to do the impossible. If we talk back even a little or miss a deadline, he threatens to fire us.
My goodness, the predecessor was a good man.
I wonder why he let him take over the company.
That kid has always been a two-faced man. He pretended to be serious and kind only in front of his father, but when he's away from his father's eyes for a second, he's just like that.
All of this is just an act to get himself on the president's throne.
I guess, but I never thought it would go this far.
Everyone was dissatisfied, but we put up with it because of our position. One day during lunch break, we were having lunch in the break room as usual.
Ah, it's so hot here, too!
The air conditioning in the break room had broken down a long time ago. We've told the higher-ups, but there's no sign of it being repaired. Despite this, we were all having lunch in a friendly atmosphere.
Hey! Do you guys have time to rest?
He's here again. Thank you for your work, but it's break time now.
Were you listening? Do contract factory workers like you think you have the right to take a leisurely break? Finish your work quotas!
The president was grumpier than usual. He probably had some trouble with another matter and came here to vent his sorrows. But it's a good opportunity to say what needs to be said. We've told you before that we need to fix the air conditioner in here.
Huh? Air conditioning? Who do you think you are?
If we don't fix it, some of our employees will get heat stroke.
Suit yourself.
What?
There are plenty of people who could take your place. And you know what? You have to ask for this kind of thing in writing! Well, I guess you contract workers can't even use a computer.
President, isn't that a bit much? We contract workers are part of the company.
Shut up! Don't tell me what to do!
The president was so upset that he took Kyo-san's lunch and... What? What are you doing, President?
Shut up! You contract workers don't need a break! Understood?
He said that and walked away. Kyo-san, are you okay?
I'm fine, but my daughter's lunchbox.
It was a lunchbox his daughter made with love and care.
Can't believe you did this to Kyo-san.
It's unforgivable. If that's the way it's going to be, let's do it without a break, as you wish. I took this opportunity to carry out a plan I've had in mind for a while. I explained it to everyone and asked for their cooperation. I'll take care of the preparations. Guys, can you do it?
Of course.
We're with you, Ken-san. Thanks, but take it easy.
I'm sorry, Ken. As hard enough as it is.
No problem. I just have one favor to ask you, Kyo-san.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you. It was a forced strategy, but if we don't do this, he won't understand. Everyone agreed with me. I immediately started making preparations behind the scenes, so the effort would not be in vain. From the next day on, we worked as we were told, without a break. No lunch breaks were taken, so everyone couldn't eat. And the only time we left our posts was when we had to drink the minimum amount of water necessary. We were able to meet the deadlines with time to spare, and the president of the company was smiling happily when he came to see us.
Looks like you've changed your mind. I'm impressed.
We're doing exactly what you told us to do. This is what you want, right?
Of course it is! After all, contract workers don't need breaks. Hey, you guys! Keep this up! If if I find you slacking off, you'll be fired immediately.
However, after a while, people started calling in sick. Day by day, fewer and fewer members were able to come to the factory, and many of them stayed at home to rest. With everyone's consent, I told them to take a day off if their condition worsened even slightly. We just have to be patient for a little longer. Everybody just bear with it. Soon, there were only a few of us left, and we couldn't do any work, let alone meet deadlines. This was the day I was waiting for, and I reported to my boss that we couldn't continue the work. Then, as expected, the president of the company jumped in with a bloodthirsty look on his face.
Hey! What's going on?
As you can see, we're short on staff. We can't do anything.
I'm asking you why this is happening! It's because you, the leader, isn't managing it.
We just did what you told us to do and didn't take breaks. We knew it was only natural this would happen if we worked without a break.
That's because you don't have the guts! Oh yeah, calling all the guys who are home on break. Move the factory now!
Are you out of your mind?
Contractors don't take time off! If they don't show up right now, they're all fired! Go get them!
Okay. I don't care what happens. Okay, everyone, gather around.
What kind of attitude is that? Get to work right now! Wait, who are you?
Sorry for my late meeting. My name is Shimizu. I'm from the Labor Standards Bureau.
What? Labor standards?
I received a consultation from Kensuke Yamai, and we suspect that your company is in violation of the labor standards law, so I'm here today to investigate. From what you have just said, it seems that there is no need for an investigation.
What?
Yeah, we consulted the Labor Standards Bureau in secret. In addition to the usual abusive language, the "don't take a break" comment was also reported. We also coordinated the date of the on-site inspection with the date the president was to come to the factory. And because the timing somehow worked out, we had him listen behind his back.
You did all this!
All of this? Boss, we're not done yet.
What?
Hayashi-san, please. Hi, my name is Hayashi. I'm a lawyer.
What does a lawyer want?
We've decided to file a lawsuit on behalf of the contract employees who have suffered serious physical and mental health damages due to your unreasonable orders.
What?
Of course, this lawyer is also the one I consulted beforehand.
You have no proof of that! They must be lying for the money! You believe a contractor? Are you really a lawyer?
Are you really the president of this company when you don't even know the common sense of the Labor Standards Act to do things like take away breaks when you're employees?
What?
I'm always on the side of the workers, and if you want proof, well, I think this will make a fine piece of evidence.
This is...
The document is a compilation of testimonies from all the employees who work at this factory. What day the president came, and what he said before he left. And of course, the fact that he knocked away Kiyo-san's lunchbox that day. I compiled them and submitted them to the Labor Standards Bureau and Hayashi-san. They both said it was more than enough evidence.
You went all this way!
I came up with the idea because you told me to put it in writing.
Who do you think you are? But you know what? I have my own lawyer too. A good lawyer who's been taking care of us since my father's generation. He could take care of you in an instant.
Did you call me?
What?
It was the previous president, or father of the current president, who appeared at the factory.
Ken, I'm sorry it's late.
No, it's rather fitting.
Why is my father here?
When Kiyo-san told me about you, I was surprised. I didn't think you were capable of such a heinous act.
Why is that old man connected?
Kiyo-san is a veteran who has supported this factory since its establishment. It is no exaggeration to say that most of our current technology is the fruit of his efforts. Without him, this company would not exist today. I'm sorry, Kiyo-san. I never thought my son was this rude.
Yes, Kiyo-san was friends with the previous president. Knowing this, I'd consulted him about reporting the misdeeds of the second president long before. But Kiyo-san...
Yeah, I was taken care of by the previous president. His son hasn't even been president for 6 months. I just wanted to give him a little more time to change his mind.
I respected Kiyo-san's feelings and decided to stay put. But after that one incident, I ran out of patience. So I asked Kiyo-san to talk to the previous president, and he came all the way here.
You know what you did, don't you? Everyone from the labor department, this is my fault as well. I want a thorough investigation. I'd like to apologize personally to the employees who were disrespected. And, Mr. Lawyer, we do have our own lawyers, but don't worry about it, and do your best to defend all of our contract employees.
Father! What's gonna happen to me?
Contract employees are important employees. A man who disrespects them is not qualified to be the president, or even a member of our family.
What?
You are out of my company, and as of today, I'm disinheriting you and terminating this relationship as family!
No!
I am the most capable for not seeing through my son's nature for so many years.
He bowed his head to us many times, but... President, please save those words for later. When my people come back, then you can tell them.
I see. You were right.
Yeah, it's all thanks to all of my people who put their bodies on the line and endured so desperately. Later, after a full-scale investigation was conducted by the Labor Standards Bureau, complaints began to pour in that the second president had apparently been overbearing, even to the newer employees at the head office. Naturally, he was forced to resign and finally left the company as if he were being evicted. Of course, he lost the lawsuit we filed for damages, and the second-generation president was forced to repay the debt. But since his parents abandoned him and he had no skills, he couldn't find a new job, and now he's living a poor and miserable life. In the end, the previous president returned to the position of president again, this time declaring he'll decide the next president based on his abilities. And everyone at the factory recovered safely, and the original peace was restored. Thank you for everything you've done for us. After that, I was recognized by the previous president for the work I had done, and was offered a full-time position at the head office. At first, I was sad to leave the factory, but I was assigned to manage the factory, so, in other words, I'm looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah. From now on, I'm counting on you to be the lubricant between the side and headquarters.
Yeah, I'll do my best to be a good lubricant.
I'm counting on you.
I promised myself that I would do my best for my colleagues at the factory, even though we were in different positions.
I'm Yuna Ochiai. I'm in 6th grade. I was in a bit of a situation.
I kidnapped your daughter. If you want her back, pay me $100,000.
Dad, help!
If you go to the police, she's dead.
Dad! How did I get myself into this? When I was a kid, I lived with my mother. I had a dad, but he left home soon after I was born to be with his mistress. After that, my grandma moved in with us. When I was in 5th grade, my grandma hurt her foot, so she had to move to an elderly home. After that, I started doing things around the house when Mom was gone. I was only a kid, but Grandma taught me how to do most of the house chores, so it wasn't a big problem.
This potato salad is delicious! You're an amazing chef, Yuna.
Oh, I found the recipe online. It was pretty easy.
You're a lifesaver, Yuna. What would I do without you?
Glad I could help. Don't push yourself too hard, okay, Mom? I don't want you to end up at the hospital.
No worries, I love to work, so...
I know, but...
I'm gonna get promoted soon. I'm gonna make tons of money and put you through college, so don't you worry about a thing, okay, dear?
Mom was always so full of energy. I loved her a lot. I talked to Grandma over video calls every now and then, and my cousin and his family lived in the neighborhood, so whenever we needed help, they offered to chip in. I was pretty happy with my life. But then, when I was in 6th grade, something happened.
Yuna, this is my boyfriend.
Hello, I'm Shinya Ishida.
He's a colleague of mine. He's really kind.
I'm Yuna. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being nice to my mom.
Of course.
Mom was still in her 40s. I didn't want her to be alone, so this was good news to me.
You're so mature for your age.
I get that a lot.
Good for you. Well, now you got me, so if you ever need anything, just ask, okay? I care about you both, so.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Say that again. I want to get it on video.
What?
Mom, stop being so immature. Come on now.
Oh, Yuna, you're so boring.
Ugh, Mom. Sorry about her.
No worries. This is what I like about her, so.
He seemed like a really nice guy. He started coming over to the house more often. He liked video games just like me, so we started playing together whenever he came over.
You're really good at this. I thought I should go easy on you, but.
Don't. If you want to beat me, you're gonna have to do better than that.
Fine then, rematch.
Oh, you guys are like siblings.
Things were off to a good start. But then, a few months later, my mom left us alone at the house.
Oh no, I forgot to buy milk. Be right back.
Be careful.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be back in just a few minutes.
As soon as my mom left, he started acting strange. He stopped smiling all of a sudden. Wanna keep playing?
Hold on, gotta return a text.
Oh, okay. What's going on? Hope everything's okay. He didn't say a word while my mom was gone. He didn't even look at me. I tried talking to him, but he didn't reply. Did I say something to upset him? Then, Mom came home. After that, he went back to being himself. He started smiling again. At first, I wondered why he was acting so strange when Mom was gone, but it was probably nothing. But I was wrong. It was all an act. A few weeks later, I was at the mall. What the? Ishida? He was dressed a bit differently, but it was definitely him. But he wasn't with my mom. He was with some other woman. He seems different. They were holding hands. I knew something was up, so I decided to follow them. Then...
She's all over me. Bet she'd marry me in a second.
For real? But are you sure she has money?
Oh yeah, she's old and ugly, but she just got a big promotion, and she rarely spends money, so I'm sure she's got a ton of money saved up.
Is he talking about my mom? No way, that can't be.
Then marry her already and take all her money.
I know, but she wants to take it slow. It's probably because of her daughter.
She's got a kid? Ugh, that's annoying. Can't you just get rid of her somehow?
I don't know, she really cares about her daughter, so it's not that easy.
Seriously? Of course she cares about me. She's my mom.
Well, either way, I'm gonna marry her soon. Just be patient, I'll get the money.
Looking forward to it. Take everything from her.
How awful. He's only doing this for the money. I took out my phone and tried to get him on tape, but I didn't know how to use the voice recording app. By the time I figured out how to do it, crap, I lost them. They were both gone. I gotta get more proof. I can't let Mom marry that guy. After that, I started recording everything when he came over to the house. I was hoping he'd say something by accident, but he was being very careful.
Yuna, look! We got this wedding magazine today. We should get you a dress too.
Yeah. I wanted to tell my mom, but I didn't have any proof yet. And she looked so happy. I didn't want to hurt her. And even if I tell her, she might not believe me. What should I do? If I don't do something, they'll get married for sure. I didn't know what to do. Then one day, Akito, my cousin, came over to the house. He was in middle school. He was like a big brother to me.
What's the matter?
My mom, she might get remarried soon, but the guy she's seeing... I decided to tell him everything. He was furious. He told me I had to put a stop to this right now. But I don't have any proof yet, and when he's at the house, he acts all nice, so...
Then we'll just have to force it out of him.
How?
Hold on, I got an idea.
Then he took out his phone and showed me this video.
Why don't we do something like this?
Huh? It was a prank video. This guy was pretending to be kidnapped.
You're gonna pretend like you got kidnapped, eh? Then you call Ishida and ask him for money. He'll definitely say no. And once your mom hears it, she'll definitely believe you.
You think it'll really work?
I don't know. If it doesn't, we'll think of something else. You know his number?
Yeah, he gave it to me the other day when we went to the amusement park.
All right, well, it's up to you, so, wanna give it a try?
I couldn't think of anything else, so I decided to give this a try. All right, let's do it. So we wrote a script, got everything we needed, and called up Ishida. Pick up. The phone started ringing. My heart was racing.
Ishida, I got your daughter. If you want her back, you got her, baby. What? Who the hell are you?
Ishida sounded nervous. Dad, help!
I want 100 grand. Tell the police that she's dead. Hold on, this is a joke, right? I repeat, pay me 100 grand and you get your daughter back. I promise ya. For real? Wait, why are you calling me? Call her mom. Your father, ain't ya? Let me guess, Yuna told you that? You believed her? Look, I'm not her father. But she said her mother got remarried. You're right. Why the hell would I marry that old bag? Look, I don't give two shits about the girl, okay? Do what you want with her. Duh! I was actually thinking of a way to get rid of her. You saved me some time. Thanks, buddy.
We got him now.
I don't have any money anyways. I thought you were a loan shark or something. You scared me, idiot.
What are you doing? Come on, come back to me.
That voice! It was the woman I saw at the mall the other day. I knew it. He's cheating on my mom.
So, you don't care what happens to her? Nope, do what you want with her. Gotta go later.
Wow, that was easier than I expected.
Yeah, what a jerk.
When Mom came home, we told her everything.
This is who he is.
Don't marry him! I want him out of my life, Mom! Mom seemed confused at first. When we played the recording, she finally believed us.
Yuna, I'm so sorry about all of this. No worries, I'll handle it from here.
Mom called Ishida right away.
What the hell is the matter with you? You don't care about Yuna? You wanted to get rid of her? Explain yourself now. And who are you with? I heard a woman talking to you. You cheating on me?
No, look, you're the one I love, okay?
Get away from me. You've got some nerve, you know that? You make me sick.
What an idiot, look at him.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up!
Yuna, I'm so sorry. I should have known. I'm such an idiot when it comes to men.
I agree. Dad, and now this guy. You sure know how to pick him.
Don't be a jerk.
Just get the hell out of my life. Go.
Whatever, screw you, bitch! There are plenty of old women with money out there.
Then he ran out the door. We later found out that Ishida was a gambler. He was up to his neck in debt, so he tried to marry my mom for the money.
Oh, why am I so bad at this? I'm such an idiot.
No worries, Mom. Next time you want to date someone, tell me first and I'll look into him.
Thanks, dear. But screw men. Who needs them? As long as I got you, I don't need anything.
Same here, Mom.
But, I still have to get him back for this.
Later, Mom talked to her boss and told him that she couldn't work with Ishida anymore. She told them everything. She even gave her boss the recording. Then, word of mouth spread like wildfire and, a few days later, everyone at the office knew about what he had done. Everyone started avoiding him after that. A few weeks later, he had no choice but to quit. At his age, it's not gonna be easy finding a new job. And he was still up to his neck in debt, so sucks for him.
One of my colleagues told me he tried to call Ishida the other day, but he didn't pick up or return his texts.
Oh.
The last message he got from them was, "The loan sharks are here, help me!"
I see. Well, not our problem.
Yes, let's forget about him. Hey, your birthday is coming up in a month. I reserved us a table at Ristorante Manwa. Your favorite, right?
Yes, thanks!
I invited Akito as well. He really helped us out, so...
Yeah! After that, things finally went back to normal. Akito came over every now and then to eat dinner and play video games. There's nothing better than real family, that's for sure. I was still a bit worried about Mom, but As long as I keep my eye on her, I'm sure she'll be fine. Anyways, glad everything worked out.
I'm Miho Sawada, 18 years old. My younger brother Koda and I live together. My mother died in an accident 5 years ago, and my father died of a myocardial infarction 2 years ago. Let's support each other and live together from now on.
Yeah.
When my father died, I was still a freshman in high school, so my aunt took the inheritance. But my aunt only gave us a little money each month to live on, and we were forced to live in poverty. When I graduated high school and started working, I pressed my aunt to give me back my father's money. But my aunt said, "There's no inheritance left." And when I went to the house, no one answered the door. Fine, I'll raise Koda then. I started out as a clerk, but I wanted to get paid a little more, so asked to be moved to sales. But the work was very hard, and my boss would scold me if I didn't meet my quota for the month.
Sis, are you okay? You don't look so good.
I'm fine. You don't have to worry about anything, Koda. Then one day, when I came home after picking up Koda from school...
What's that?
Don't touch it! It could be something bad. I restrained Koda and looked inside with trepidation. Snacks. And some juice.
Wow, can we eat this?
Wait a second. I'll check. The snacks and juice were unopened and within the expiration date. Maybe it's the neighbors. Koda looked at the snacks with a twinkle in his eye. I'm always giving him a hard time, so I couldn't tell him no.
So good! It's so delicious, sis!
Yeah, it is. I haven't had snacks in a long time, so they're really good. I was so hungry and so relieved to have something sweet for the first time in a while that I couldn't help but tear up. Afterwards, I casually asked around the neighborhood about the gift, but no one had any idea. Even as I wondered, a few times a week, I would find a gift. Sometimes there were clothes that fit Koda, pretty handkerchiefs, and even book coupons. It was very helpful, but who could it be? After a while, I found out the owner of the gifts. On the day of the typhoon, I left the office earlier than usual because I was ordered to go home. I picked up Koda, who also had to leave early because his afternoon class had been canceled. And it was when we were on our way home, we saw a strange man in front of our door.
Sis, that man left a bag. Is he the one who always gives us snacks?
Maybe.
But he's a Yakuza, right?
Koda's right. That guy looks nothing like Yakuza. But I should thank him.
Whoa!
Is it you who always leaves us snacks and clothes?
You got me. I thought you two wouldn't be home at this hour.
School ended early because of the typhoon. More importantly, you're a Yakuza, right? Why would a Yakuza give us snacks?
No, I'm no Yakuza. I'm a handyman.
Handyman? Amagi Togo-san, the handyman? Why would you leave snacks and clothes to us?
Oh, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and tell you. But your grandfather actually asked me to do this for him.
Grandpa? I was told my grandfather had passed away, but apparently he's still alive. Togo-san's story goes like this. My grandfather ran away from home a long time ago because he ran up debts and caused trouble for the family. He felt guilty about it and didn't return home for a long time. But one day, he found out that we, his grandchildren, had been born. Grandfather reformed, lived a righteous life, and paid off his debts so that he wouldn't shame his grandchildren. He is now in a nursing home for the elderly with the money he earns.
I met him at that facility. He asked me to bring his grandchildren some food because he was crippled and couldn't move.
I see.
Your grandfather knows that your parents are dead. In fact, he went to their funeral.
What?
How can you meet someone who abandoned his family after all these years? That's why he didn't come forward.
If Grandpa's still alive, I want to meet him. I want to thank him for the snacks.
Oh, really? Maybe it's a sign from God. Come on, let's go together.
On Saturday, Togo-san led us to the nursing home. My grandfather was very much like my father. Grandpa, Thank you for all the snacks and clothes.
Thank you very much. The snacks were delicious.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought it might bother you if I came forward, so I kept it a secret.
It wouldn't have been a bother at all.
We're so happy to see you, Grandpa.
Really? You forgive me?
We have nothing to forgive. We have no grudge against you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're still alive, Grandpa.
I see.
Afterwards, we told him what had been going on. He was calm the whole time, but when we talked about my aunt, he suddenly got angry.
Nonsense! I gave her money after the funeral!
What? To my aunt?
That's right! I gave it to her to help pay for child support!
No way! You gave her that much and that's all she gave us? My grandfather, outraged, immediately arranged for a lawyer to be sent to my aunt. My aunt was very stubborn, but perhaps she thought she couldn't win against the force of law and quietly returned the money she had spent to us. She sold her precious jewelry to pay for the money she couldn't cover with her savings. And by the way, I'm going to have her write us a reminder that she will never get involved with us again. Thank you very much for everything, Togo-san.
Nah, I didn't do anything. I just did the job your grandfather asked me to do.
As we were talking in Togo-san's office,
Togo-san, I brought you some snacks. Oh, how unusual, a young customer. Don't tell me you're Togo-san's girlfriend!
What are you talking about, Ruka? She's a client's granddaughter.
Oh, she's so pretty I thought she took Togo-san away.
Are you Luca the model?
What? You read the magazines?
I have been reading your magazine since your debut.
Really? Thanks!
The only solace I had in my life was a fashion magazine handed down to me by a friend. Just looking at beautiful women and dreaming about how I could be like them someday made me feel cheerful. I'm a fan of yours, and you cheered me up every time I saw you in the magazine.
Thanks! Miho, don't you wear makeup? I think you would look so beautiful with makeup around your eyes.
Oh, no,
Like I said before, Miho, you're really pretty. You have a nice nose and eyes, and you're tall. I think you would go pretty far.
But I don't have much money, and I only have the bare minimum of cosmetics. Ruku-san fished through her bag and took out cosmetics one after another. She said they were hand-me-downs from a photo shoot. I can't accept such expensive things.
It's okay. I got them for free too. It's cosmetics that were featured in this magazine. You can see how to use it on this page.
Ruka smiles and she says this.
I have to go now. See you soon.
And left? I would feel bad to turn away such a generous act. At Togo-san's suggestion, I decided to accept it gratefully. Ruku-san said all of that to me. I'll try my best with makeup. I couldn't get used to makeup at first, so I started looking at magazines and videos to practice, and gradually got the hang of it. I started getting compliments at work. As I became more confident about my appearance, I felt more relaxed and my sales performance improved. Togo-san gave me Ruku-san's contact information, and when I thanked her,
I guess my hunch wasn't wrong after all.
Thanks to Ruku-san, I feel like a new person.
Oh, that's right. Let's meet up next time. There's a place I want to take you.
Where would that be?
Don't worry about it. It'll be a surprise on the day.
After that, when I went to the designated place, it turned out to be the Ruku-san's agency company.
Miho, you're tall, and I think you have the potential to be a model. I'll recommend you for an interview if you're interested.
What? Is that okay? Puzzled, I decided to take the chance I was given. And after a few interviews and a quick audition, I was accepted.
I knew it! I knew you'd make it, Miho!
It's like a dream, Ruku-san. Thank you so much!
Don't worry about it. It all starts from here. Let's do our best to get jobs.
Yes! There was no certainty that I would make money modeling, and fortunately the company allowed side jobs, so while I kept working at my current job, I went out to a training school to study modeling. I have to do my best to not ruin Ruku-san's reputation. A few months later, I graduated from the training school, and although it was a small cut, I debuted as a model, which I had always wanted. It was the day the magazine went on sale. After buying the magazine with Koda, I headed to the facility where my grandfather was staying.
Grandpa would be so surprised to see you on a magazine.
It feels like I'm still dreaming too. Thinking of my grandfather's happy face, we arrived at the facility. But what was waiting for us? Why are these people here? My aunt and her husband were there.
Just a little bit.
Please help us! Shut up! I said go home!
Don't say that! Oh, Miho! Great timing! Tell your grandfather.
We keep telling him we need money to rebuild our company, but he won't listen at all!
Convince him to help us. Why would I arrange that?
Both of you go home now. We came to show Grandpa this.
What is that?
Sis made it on the magazine as a model.
Oh my! Miho, you've become famous! That means you have a lot of money, right?
Please, just a little bit is fine. So...
No, I'm not giving you any money. The staff noticed the commotion and began to gather. That's when...
Hey, what's all the fuss?
Togo-san.
Uncle Togo!
Yakuza!
No, I'm not a Yakuza anymore.
These people are my aunt and uncle, and they're here to beg my grandfather for money.
Huh. So it's these guys.
Ah!
Didn't you learn your lesson when you returned the money to Miho and the others?
Why do the Yakuza know about our situation?
If you've got time to beg for other people's money, get out of here and go to work. That's right! Don't you ever show your ugly faces again!
I won't give you any money either, so don't contact me again. The three of us shouted as they were starting to back down.
Get the hell out of here! If you do anything to them, you'll be in big trouble.
Togo-san yelled and they ran away screaming.
Thanks for getting rid of him.
Sorry for getting you into this mess again.
Don't worry. If something happens, let me know anytime. I'll get the old gang together and give them a good talking to. Politely, of course. Togo, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. That's right. I'm always here for your requests.
After that, my aunt and her family could not rebuild their business, so they sold the house and disappeared. Rumor has it that on the day they disappeared, a black car came to their house and there was a lot of shouting. Though I'm not going to pry into it because it's not my business anymore. I'm doing well working my 2 jobs at sales and as a model.
Sis, I dream of being like Togo-san when I grow up.
I'm sure you'll be able to, Koda. Become a cool adult like Togo-san.
Yeah!
I have to work hard and earn money so I can raise Koda well. Father and Mother in heaven, please watch over me. I'll do my best.